Well, Mobile Loaves Fishes believes in the palliative model of care, and palliative is the relieving of the suffering associated with disease without pursuing the cure for that disease. So the men and women that are standing on our street corners are suffering in ways that most people cannot fathom. And then there's a negative collateral impact to that's costing you and I as a community. It's believed that the top 250 heaviest users that are chronically homeless in Austin, Texas, to just the healthcare system average $222,000 a year per person. And when you lift somebody up off the streets, that doesn't go away, but it gets mitigated to a point where our contribution as a community actually drops a lot. About the fall of 2004, I got this crazy idea to go out and buy one fifth wheel RV and lift one person up off the streets into a privately owned RV park. And because of my real estate background, I began to fantasize about developing a Campground of America, KOA, or RV park on steroids. So we begin with this foundation of what's our most fundamental human needs. The first thing to understand is there are two innate human qualities that you and I have. Number one is you and I desire to be fully and wholly loved. And then the second innate quality is that you and I desire to be fully and wholly known. And so we've created a community here. And so we have all the standard stuff like mental health care, physical health care, counseling services, recovery service, addiction recovery. But we had this place where no matter what walk of life you come from, you're walking away going, hey, I want to live here. A full-blown organic farming operation where the food is 100% free to the men and women that are here. We have micro-enterprise opportunities for men and women to become empowered with their natural giftings, art, pottery, jewelry making, woodworking, blacksmithing, maintenance, landscaping. And it's creating this holistic environment where everybody cares for each other. And this could not have happened without Stantec's involvement. It's that simple. Any real estate development has to begin with how do you implement that idea? Can you do what you want to be able to do on the piece of land that you want to do that on? And it turns out that that's a complex piece of the puzzle. You can't just sit down and just make believe that you can do this. It's a very scientific approach to this. Just getting phase one off the ground, we encountered Category 5 hurricane force, not in my backyard, winds. It was an extreme struggle. And when you bring an organization like Stantec up alongside of a Mobile Loaves Fishes, it creates a level of confidence in the broader community. The organization basically said, we're in on this deal. We're going to ride this roller coaster with you. And it was that long-term commitment that actually was the big needle mover for us. And that was 2006. And here we are in 2018. And I mean, wow. There's no fear now that we're going to be bringing crime into the neighborhood or that we're going to be lowering people's property values. It's one of those assets that people are proud of. And as we continue, I think we're going to become the city in the United States of America that did the greatest to mitigate this most intractable problem.